Welcome back to Wembley, and there he is, the Prince.
The World Wrestling Federation comes to Wembley. This will be a while, folks.
Yeah.
If you want to go get something from the refrigerator, get it now, because, as we said, sometimes this process takes long in the fight.
There goes the flash paper, some pyrotechnics. And Naseem Hamed will take a while to get to the ring. He's in no hurry.
The crowd has just seen him. This is not a ring walk, folks. People talked about Mike Tyson, how unusual it was for a fighter to come in with just a towel over him. Hamed comes in without any robe at all.
It's a big show for a small guy. He only weighs 125 pounds, 5'3" high. But he's got a theatrical heart.
I think the whole thing is theatrical, 125 pounds.
Part of the problem is this is Naseem's first appearance on network television in America. He's well aware of that. And we're kind of paying the price for it here in the amount of time, Alex, he's taking to get to the ring.
This doesn't differ that much from what he normally does, Dan. Here he comes.
As long as he keeps moving forward.
Yeah, he's just back. Now he's back dribbling. And the interesting thing is, Dan, that the British public absolutely, I shouldn't say all of them, because he's not everybody's cup of tea. There are a lot of Brits who like to see him get cracked right in the chin. Even by an Argentine who Britain had its last war with.
And the Argentine who's here, Gerardo Cabrera, keeps dancing up in the ring, trying to stay loose. I'm sure he was prepped for this.
I hope he wasn't prepped for it by seeing the two other of his countrymen, two other Argentines with good records came to fight Naseem Hamed here in England, and both of them were stopped in the second round. And Hamed has sworn that he's going to put out Cabrera in the second round. Given the fact that Gerardo Cabrera is easy to hit, Dan. He's got some good points. He's strong, he's game, he's durable like most Argentine boxers. But given the fact that he can be hit, the defense is not his strong suit, 2 rounds seems like a pretty reasonable proposition.
Hamed chose the nickname Prince when he was 16 years old. His rationale, you have to be a prince before you become king. This man has lofty goals, pretty high ambitions, and an ego and a self-confidence that know no boundaries. He's made his way to the neutral corner, and here comes the Prince.
And you said he'd never get here, Dan. Well, he hasn't yet.
There has to be a part of Cabrera that would like to take a shot at him right now. You can't tell me, watch this, folks. This will not be an orthodox entrance.
That's what you call a scene.
Behind all this flash, Alex, we've talked about it already. Maybe the heaviest hands in the history of this featherweight division. This man doesn't knock people out, he destroys people.
When people look at all those knockouts, those 24 knockouts, Dan, those aren't, I mean, some of them are TKOs, but he's had, I think it's 38 knockdowns. He just knocks people down all over the place, and he knocks them flat with one punch, not an accumulation of punches. So far, he's winning the dancing contest. Cabrera.
Oh, and now Cabrera gets out there and dances a little bit. Why don't we go ahead while there's There's a lull in the action here, and check out our tale of the tape. Both of these guys are young fellas. Hamad, 23, Cabrera, 22. They both made the weight of 126 pounds. 3.5 inches taller is Cabrera, and he has the corresponding reach advantage to go with it. The WBO rules will apply today. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The standing 8 is not. Fighter can't be saved by the bell except in the final round, and only the referee may stop the bout. And making the trip here from California is our referee, Lou Moret.
In association with ART present Will Rounds.
And yes, that voice you hear in the background is Michael Buffer.
Championship of the world.
He has made the trip across the Atlantic to give them a little "Are you ready to rumble?" and we'll listen in.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the 10,000 plus in attendance here at Wembley Arena and the tens of millions watching around the world from London, England, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white and weighing 8 stone, 13 pounds. His professional record, in 26 bouts, he has 24 victories and has demonstrated his knockout power with 20 KOs. He has only 2 defeats in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, from Cordoba, Argentina, here is the challenger, Juan Cabrera. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing leather trimmed with black and white. His weight, 8 stone, 13 3/4 pounds. His professional record, a perfect 26 consecutive victories without a loss, 24 by knockout, and he has won 2 world title belts. He is considered by many to be pound for pound among the best in boxing today. Fighting out of Sheffield, England, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated WBO IBF heavyweight champion of the world, your Prince, Naseem.
You could have played back-to-back par 5s at Royal Troon in less time than it took to get these fighters into the ring here at Wembley Stadium in London. Alex, I've been a few places with you and seen a few fights. That tops it. I'm not sure what category it tops, but it's at the top of something.
It's not in competition with any that I've ever seen,
No.
Dan. Now let's see if he can fight. And let's see if Cabrera can make a fight of it.
Yeah, we know the Prince can fight. He opens up in that southpaw stance, jabs with the right hand. And if he caught one left in there.
And you saw Cabrera's legs go just a little funny, just a little bit funny.
The Prince will actually leap sometimes as he throws a shot.
Like that.
It's just like that.
And he does so many stupid things like that, like fight with his hands down, like fight with his chin hanging out, that it would make any conventional trainer absolutely crazy. But the fact is he gets away with it because he punches so hard. You spend so much time trying to avoid his power that you can't take advantage of all the mistakes he makes. Nobody should ever lead with a right uppercut to your southpaw, leaping in like that. You can counterpunch with it, but to lead with it like that is insane. He's almost always gotten away with it.
He's been knocked down one time. Was that the Alisea fight? Is that who dropped him?
That's right. An undefeated Puerto Rican, raw green Puerto Rican kid was 15-0, who Hamed knocked out in the next round. The fact was that when he was knocked down, the key was he wasn't hurt. He was down, good solid 2 punches, but he was not hurt.
Look at that stance. No, you just don't stand there with your hands at your waist like that.
Cabrera says, I know he's quick, I know he's difficult, I know he punches, I know all of that. I know the way to beat him, and that's aggression. So far, that was just talk, because discretion so far for Gerardo Cabrera on the left of your screen has been...
A devastating right hand by Hamed, and now he just literally taunts him.
And that was the right uppercut lead that we said no one should ever throw, and he hurt Cabrera with it, Dan. Now he switches right-handed.
We want to alert our ABC stations that at the end of this round, we'll be taking a station break unless something unbelievable happens, but plan on the station break. Big swing with the right hand that missed by 6 inches.
Got to be encouraging for Cabrera that he missed a punch. And Naseem will miss punches. I mean, he'll throw wild punches. He'll look totally amateurish. But all of a sudden, one of those punches, that was a good sign by Cabrera there. That
he didn't lunge after him.
Yeah, but he did throw a punch when he made him miss. He went right back after him instead of just playing safety first.
Glancing left, hit the glove, and then off the side of the forehead of Cabrera. The rolling of the hips. Really some people like it, some people hate it, I'm sure.
The thing is, people pay to watch it, and he knows that. Do you think these people would be here if that opening didn't happen, Dan? Do you think these people would be here in Wembley to see him? They would not, and he knows it. He knows showmanship. He knows he had to build himself into an attraction.
It's just hard to imagine that someone would do this in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s. Well, we're coming to the end of the first round, and we'll be back with more after this word from our ABC stations. Hamed's promoter said that he'll knock him out in the first round. Hamed said, no, I'll knock him out in the second. We'll see now if he's prophetic.
It really looks, Dan, like he can knock him out whenever he wants to. But that's easier said than accomplished, perhaps. He is not unloaded as of yet. And he's hit Cabrera with some punches that did not have all his... Oh, there was that right uppercut.
There's another one, and Cabrera's hurt, but he fights back off the ropes. But 2 heavy punches by Hamed. Oh, and another right uppercut lands.
And Cabrera's legs are in bad shape. He's ready to go, Dan.
That lunging right uppercut. No wonder he hits people with it. Nobody's ever thrown a leaping uppercut like that.
Yeah, that's the thing about... Yeah, I mean, there's no way to prepare for this guy. There's no way to get sparring partners because nobody's ever fought like that with silly punches like that.
Another combination lands. Cabrera's face is red and he's hurting.
Very patient, Hamed.
Another uppercut.
And Hamed got caught the left hand back.
Oh, but he's got Cabrera ready to go.
2 misses there.
But he's going for the
home run.
He's going for the home run.
Caught 2 punches in there from Cabrera. Almost half the round to go, Dan. He would dearly like to deliver on his prediction of a second-round knockout.
Gerardo Cabrera, a tough guy. And there was a right, a left, and Cabrera took some huge shots and
he's busted up.
He stays up.
He's busted up, I think, the left eye or the side of the nose, Dan.
He lost a technical decision not long ago, 2 fights ago, when he busted up under his left eye. Oh, and it's target practice right now by Naseem Hamed.
And Lumaret is in position.
Oh, that left flank. I don't know that Hamed has fought anybody that hasn't gone down with this many big hits. Oh, another right uppercut to left.
And that's it.
That's it. Lumaret stops the fight, determining that Cabrera no longer able to defend himself, and I can't fault him one bit. This fight needed to be stopped.
You see Gerardo Cabrera, and there's Sal Hamed, the father. Came from Yemen to this country, was a steel worker, then opened a grocery store, had his family with Naseem and his 4 brothers, 4 sisters living above the grocery store. There's Naseem blowing kisses, but a great story. There's the father applauding in the foreground.
Well, Alex, there is a case where the referee saved Cabrera from himself. Because he was showing such toughness to stay on his feet, but it was target practice from there on out.
We're going to take a look, Dan, at some action from early in the round, and watch the right uppercut. There it is, boom! And you saw Cabrera buckle, and just his heart and his guts kept him upright from that one. I can tell you that Hamed must have been surprised that he took that punch. Let's watch again here. Again, the right uppercut. He just nailed it with it every time he threw it. And there, again, Cabrera's hard, keeping him upright. But Moret, exactly, in my opinion, Dan, stopping at the right moment.
I think absolutely. Here's the very conclusion again from it. Look at the heavy shots that Cabrera is taking, and wisely, Lou Moret steps in and says, no more, no more.
Dan, you might have seen in the corner, there, the white towel coming in the corner of the picture. That corner was going to stop it if the referee didn't.
Coming up, we're going to bring you Oscar De La Hoya and Julio Cesar Chavez from last year, plus an interview with the winner. Stay with us.
So you predicted it and you delivered on the promise.
Most definitely. I mean, I trained hard for the fight, and I knew basically my confidence and my ability. I knew my power. And the Argentinian came over a little bit cocky, and he said basically that he'd knocked me out in the 6th round. And he realised tonight how hard the Prince punches. Do you know what I mean? My punching power is extraordinary. It's a gift from God, and you can't beat a gift, basically.
In terms of the American public and the people who just saw the entrance and the showmanship, is that you, or is that something that you do because you know that it's important to be an attraction as well as a great fighter?
That's me, basically. That's my style. That's what I've been doing from the age of 12. And I'm reaping the rewards at the age of 23 now. And soon come, I'll have the WBA and the WBC title and become the first undisputed champion in the world with 4 belts.
I'd say you're reaping the rewards. You're already the highest paid. You've won the most money of any featherweight in the history of boxing. Let's take a look, Naseem, at the second round, action from the second round. I was saying that any trainer, almost any trainer in the world, would say you can't throw a right uppercut lead from a southpaw stance, but you hit him with it all night.
I was throwing it all night. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do, basically. I know my style. I know what was hitting him. Look at the power in them shots from just straight uppercuts.
Were you surprised he stayed up and took him?
I was a little bit surprised, Adrian, but I knew it was going to break down, and his eyes were closing. To take a maximum amount of beating like that in the second round is unbelievable. Look, he's gone there, and that's the end of the fight. And the Prince is the reign still, the WBO and IBF champion in the world. Respect, and what can I say? I love God.
Naseem, you know that in order to be considered the best, you have to beat the best. Who do you want to beat? Who do you want to fight to prove you're the best?
Well, I think everybody realised now, even the Americans are watching this on ABC and respect to ABC, that the Prince is the best featherweight in the whole wide world. I already knew I was the best featherweight in the world. It's just a matter of time before I get the 2 belts.
A lot of people who've run off a lot of wins at age 20 or age 23 or young men think they know everything. Do you think you still have something to learn?
I think I've got a little bit to learn, you know, but what can I say? I know a lot at the moment, and I'm doing well, and I'm boxing the way I want to box. And when you can predict rounds for fights on fights, and the rounds come true, in 98, you know I'm going to be more great.
Spectacular performance today. Congratulations. Thanks very much for talking with us. Let's go back up to Dan Deerdorf.
All right, thank you, Alex. And again, congratulations to the Prince. Oscar and Julio right around the corner. First, we'll take a timeout. Then we'll come back to London. Stay with us, everybody.